And welcome to Nerd Stalker. I am Adolfo Fronda at Nerd Stalker on Twitter with.
I'm Greg Gloria, aka Social Greg, on Twitter for the Nerd Stalker Media Network, and with my pal at his new house.
Yes, this is a new dig, so you'll have to forgive me. I haven't synced it up, and you'll see Sophia, my daughter, popping up here and there behind me. Yeah, there she is, Nerd
There
Stalker
she
kid,
is.
as she likes to be known.
The Nerd Stalker kid.
What was I going to say? Oh, yeah. I'm literally on the floor of my living room right now, sitting in front of my television.
Nice.
This computer is hooked up to Xfinity. I'm actually running two ISPs right now. I'm running Sonic.net and Xfinity at the same time right now. I'm getting about 5 megs on my Sonic.net because they're dependent on AT&T in proximity to their central hub or whatever, the AT&T
Absolutely.
central hub.
Absolutely.
And it's copper and it's super, for me, it's slow. You know what I mean? Xfinity, I'm getting 50 megs. Up and down pretty much, super fast, but the thing is I can't get my router to work, so I'm tethered to this desktop computer, this Mac Mini, which is connected next to my TV.
That's why.
Yeah, so I am on the floor and sitting
Nice.
cross-legged here, crisscross applesauce, as they say in school.
Well, geez. Well, let's get started with
Let's
this
get started,
show,
brother.
man.
So
Let's do
what's
it.
going on? We got some events to pimp out here.
Yeah,
What's going
we
on that
got so SF Newtek, our longtime partner, we're a media partner of theirs, is moving to Rocket Space away from Mighty. So the Rocket Space is a co-working space at 180 Sampson Street.
Really? That's news to me. Wow.
Yeah, it's news. That's news. And so they have a great event coming up. So check out www.sfnewtech.com for the latest there.
I love Rocket Space. That's great.
Yeah, it's be on the 17th of September, so catch us there. And then another one, we have another partner that we want to talk about, Founder Space. Thank you, Steve Hoffman, for allowing the Nerd Stalkers into your space.
Yeah.
So Venture Capital in the Internet of Things, IoT, will be at Pillsbury in Palo Alto, and that's going to be sponsored by Founder Space. And again, thanks, Steve Hoffman, for allowing the Nerd Stalkers to cover your event. And then next is another Founder Space event, September 25th, I believe. It's a Thursday.
Right.
Founder Space Angel Pitch by Founder Space at 415 Townsend Street at the Founder Space. So go on to www.founderspace.com for more information there, and we'll have the links up on there. And hey, I heard you're going to Dreamforce. You invited me, but I can't go.
So this is the big Salesforce conference. It's Dreamforce. It is the event of the year, pretty much. It's everyone is going to be there. It's crazy. I'm talking October 13th through 16th in lovely San Francisco at I believe it's Moscone. Yeah, all over the place down there. We got Hillary Clinton, Mark Benioff, Al Gore, Tony Robbins, Bruno Mars.
Hillary Clinton.
It's crazy. They've added more people too. I believe Neil Young is going to be there now. Klaus Schwab, Max Levchin, Jeremy Stoppelman, Reid Hoffman, Will.i.am, Eckhart Tolle, Mark Andreessen. The list goes on and on. As I've said before, this is an incredible event for everyone, really, at all levels. Non-techies, techies, executives, business people, and developers. You really want to be here for all this SaaS type of stuff and internet, cloud computing and stuff. Dreamforce puts on this, or Salesforce puts on this amazing event. It's called Dreamforce. Again, it's October 13th through 16th here in lovely San Francisco. Register at go to Salesforce or just Google salesforce.com/Dreamforce. You'll find it. It's going to be awesome. So the next event we have too is we're really happy about being invited to is it's a GigaOM event. I believe one of our first ones. It is the GigaOM Structure Connect. It's the Building the Internet of Things conference, and this one is October 21st through 22nd in lovely San Francisco at Mission Bay Conference Center. Very excited about this. GigaOM puts on some awesome events, and this is an extremely hot sector that we are at NerdStalker extremely interested in. There's a lot of space or a lot of hot movement in this. So it's connecting our homes and business to the internet will disrupt businesses, improve efficiency, and usher in a new era of disruption not seen since the beginning of the web is what they're saying. Vivek Kundra of Salesforce, oddly enough, is going to be there. Chris Martin, Pandora, Kevin Meager of Lowe's, Mario Quiroz of Google, Hassan Rahman of Jawbone, Chris Weisler of Facebook, and more and more and more. You definitely want to be there. Check it out. And this is a GigaOM event called Structure Connect. Again, at the Mission Bay Conference Center, October 21st through 22nd in lovely San Francisco.
Nice.
Okay, lastly is our beloved friends at Demo. Demo's having another fantastic event called Demo Fall, November 18th through 20th in San Jose. That's November 18th through 20th in San Jose. It's a demo event. Tech from cloud computing, mobile, and wearables to smart data, drones, and 3D printing are changing the competitive landscape. Demo Fall will showcase an eye-opening array of products solving big problems for business and consumers. You get the gist of it. It's going to be awesome. Be there November 18th through 20th.
Wow, yeah, I think there's gonna be other SF New Tech events in November as well. So we have an event city here at Nerd Stalker, but it's good. It's all a good thing.
Let the Nerd Stalker show begin.
Yes. So what's this thing about the wolf?
Yeah. So I'm a big fan of a particular blog or writer, and it goes by the name, it's called Rands in Repose. Is a thing. I keep looking up at the TV. Sorry, people. I'm like, this is where Greg is, so I want to talk to him, but the camera is right there. And my notes are done. So the wolf dictating their own terms. Let me just read this to you. You've heard of the 10X engineer, but I'm here to tell you about the wolf. They're an engineer, and they consistently exhibit the following characteristics. They appear to exist outside of the well-defined process that we've defined to get things done, but they appear to suffer no consequences for not following these rules. Everyone knows they're the wolf, but no one calls them the wolf. They have a manager, but no one knows who it really is. They are who that person really is. They have a lot of meetings, but none of them are scheduled. Inviting them to your meeting is a crapshoot. They understand how the system works. They understand how to use the system to their advantage. They understand why the system exists, but they think the system is a bit of a joke. You can ask a wolf to become a manager, but they'll resist it. If you happen to convince them to do it, they will do a fine job, but they won't stay very long in that role. In fact, they'll likely quit managing when you least expect it. Lastly, and most importantly, the wolf generates disproportionate value for the company with their unparalleled ability to identify and rapidly work on projects essential to the future of the company. So what this sort of highlights are those type of people. Perhaps I've been fortunate enough to work with a few of these, what we call wolves too. When they come in, they're not locked in, as Rands and Repose mentions in this thing, to the pre-existing whatever structures of these goofy change control processes or auditory compliance type of stifling rules, whatever. They live outside of these rules and they get stuff done really quickly. And it's sort of a testament to this type of person who can just bounce from place to place, being real problem solvers, right?
Absolutely. I mean, I think I've been part of that type of structure where, either new people come in or we've been bought out or something like that, and it just the whole apple cart is just pushed over.
It's funny because, yeah, as he says, it's easy to hate the wolf when you've just spent the day writing integration tests, but it's also easy to admire the fact that they appear to be dictating their own terms, right? And the wolf doesn't really need me, is what he says. In fact, the wolf is reading this right now and grinning because he or she knows that I've done an okay job describing them. There's a chance this description may help inspire future wolves, but what really matters is that they're working on is what they're working on right now.
Interesting.
So just a fun fun story there,
Yeah, no, I think it's great. I think I think it's true to the fact, man. True to the fact.
So TwitPic, what's going on, Greg?
Oh man, you guys probably know about this, but TwitPic is shuttering its doors. So thanks to amazing, huh? Thanks to Mark of Social Times for this one. And it's been reported all over, Verge, GigaOM, everyone's been talking about this, but the story is one about Noah Everett after since 2008, I believe he's had this TwitPic thing, and it was kind of the start of really the social meets picture sharing, right? For all of us, and they're shuttering their doors, and they claim that if you look at what they're saying is he says in the interview, unfortunately, we do not. This is no ever, by the way, everyone. Unfortunately, we do not have the resources to fend off a large company like Twitter to maintain our mark, which we believe is wholeheartedly, rightfully ours. Therefore, we decided to shut down twitpic. So there was some kind of trademark allegations going back and forth. Like twitpic, I guess, Twitter.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Makes sense, I guess. But it's kind of sad because I think Twitter has been showing some teeth in recent years with their API. I think that's one of the recent ones that you always hear about. Them changing the API and make sure that everyone religiously follows it, and something of their brand. Now, what has happened since the early days of Twitter and TwitPic in 2008 is that Twitter has gone public, so they have a lot more to answer for now, especially with the people investing in them. But I don't know, what's your take on this? Is it just the natural evolution of companies, or is this something that is really a kind of a David and Goliath thing to you?
Well, when I saw the whole Twitter universe has been a difficult for me to sort of grok, because there's, you see what happened to all these different Twitter clients, and a lot of them shuttered as well as these type of features that are within Twitter, right? Like TwitPic or something like that. And you always wonder how viable these, because really they are features. At first, they're critical features like add-ons to an essential service like Twitter. But you wonder how, unless they pivot quickly or expand to their product line or whatever, you wonder how viable they really are and how quickly they'll become a commodity.
Yeah. No. I think if they're viable to that product, kind of like Instagram was to Facebook, they just buy them.
Right, and yeah, totally. And there were so many of these type of things too, right? I mean, there were so many different type of picture type of thing. I don't even know how they would monetize this thing. I'm sure there's some way, advertising, I suppose. I don't know. But yeah, look what are the biggest now. Twitter is pretty much taking over, like images, sort of too, right? And Instagram also is huge on Twitter as well, right?
Yeah, and we'll talk about some of the in the tips of the week. We have some features that Twitter does that I didn't know about. So I think
cool.
but it goes to your point where Twitter has evolved, and these other apps or bring along apps have not evolved and not monetized, and thus cannot keep up. So anyway.
Yeah.
So let's talk about holy cow, Mark Newson joining the Apple's design team?
Yeah, so thanks to Core77 for this one. This one's a pretty big story here, posted by Hipstomp and Rayno at there. So late yesterday, or as of the posting of this particular story, Vanity Fair broke the news. Mark Newson is joining Apple's design team. Apple's design VP Johnny Ive is not only close friends with Newson, but the two have collaborated before on the 43-object Red auction project, and according to Vanity Fair, have been working together on an unspecified Apple project during the past year. Given Apple's typical development timelines, it's unlikely, if possible, that they'll see what Newsom collaborated has yielded at the Apple September 9th press event. Apple's mom on whether he was involved with their forthcoming smartwatch, but in any case, Newsom is in fact getting an Apple ID card, and one thing Newsom won't be doing is picking up stakes. He's going to stay in London as a London-based designer, and will remain part in the UK to collaborate from afar. So these guys are like good buddies. They've worked together before. They really admire each other's work hugely. This is a big feather in Apple's design cap. So I think great things to come.
Wow. Yeah, that announcement's coming up next week, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's what everyone says.
We shall see.
We shall see.
People are speculating the watch and et cetera, who knows?
Yeah, exactly. Wow. Pretty exciting.
Greg, my year with a distraction-free iPhone? What?
Oh, man. I caught this going through one of my feeds, and basically there's this guy, let me kind of pull this up here, but there's this guy who's basically claimed to, well, not claim, but I think he has, to actually disconnect for about a month from the internet. So what he's done and which is really interesting, is he created his own experiment and to try to remove distraction, he's kind of he didn't say delete, but he said and thanks to Jake Knapp, who's the guy I think he's talking about here from Media, he posted this on Medium. He has an iPhone, and what he did is he disconnected his Twitter, Instagram, email, and you know and all the apps that were connected to that. So he didn't really disconnect from the net, but he's disconnected his phone from that. Now, you know, just like all of us, he goes to work. He has to go use his email. I mean, you know, he's not denying that, but what he's done is basically disconnected his phone from distracting himself, and he talks about it in this thing. He even disabled Safari on his. So if you look at the screenshots in this article, what it ends up looking like is pretty like your phone when you first get on there. In fact, it's even probably more minimalistic than when you first get your iPhone. So he has, I think he shows that he has Google Maps, photos, settings, clock, and store, and phone and messages are always on the bottom, of course, right? You can't get into those, but so wow. he did this for a year, he said, with the distraction-free iPhone. So that's what he calls this, the distraction-free iPhone, and people are just loving it. People are just all over this. They're saying, there's the haters who say that, like, why don't you just buy a flip phone?
Yeah.
You know, I like that. And actually, people who actually followed him and you know, memed him, you know, basically just went ahead and just tried it themselves. And they love it. They love it. So, you know, check out that article. I think it's something that we all can kind of learn from. Nice. And live from. So anyway, yeah, okay. Let's go on to the next one. The K480. This must be an Adolfo experiment here. The K480 keyboard, multi-device Logitech.
Gotta love these. You gotta love these Logitech named in these PC-centric products, right?
Yeah. Are they in the Stone Age still?
Yeah. So yeah, what's cool about this thing? It's a computer keyboard that also works with your tablet and smartphone. But not only that, it's so there's a slot at the top of the keyboard, and you can place your tablet and your phone in this particular slot. It's literally like a channel at the top of the keyboard. You just stick it in there and it kind of stands there. But not only that, there's a little switch on the left where you can toggle between A, B, and C. Unfortunately, on this computer, I can't really share my screen yet to show you this thing. But what it does is you can have multiple devices, right? There's your computer, your phone, and your tablet. And with this little switch, which effectively is, I believe, a Bluetooth switch, you have these three devices connected via Bluetooth. You can switch A, B, and C to each device, and then just type in, you know, into your thing. So it makes it really super handy. It's very clever. It's only $50. Go to Logitech and look up Bluetooth multi-device keyboard, and it'll probably come up. Pretty cool. And for those guys, it's a Windows and Mac thing, Android and iOS.
Here's a quick screen share for you guys, since I'm talking over them right now.
Thank you, they're beautiful. There it is.
No problem. Anyway, just a quickie there.
Yeah, you see it. All right, Greg. Thank you, sir. You saved the day yet again. So check it out, Logitech, you guys. Yeah, it's just a fun little device that's getting a lot of play all of a sudden.
Nice.
All right, Greg, printed electronics. What's the deal?
Well, you know, gosh, I was going to get a prop here, but, you know, I
Wait, you are a prop, though.
Oh,
what
yeah,
do you mean?
Yeah. Oh, I have it here. Sorry. So anyway, I don't know if you guys have heard about print electronics. It's a really fascinating area. It's still kind of gimmicky, but there's a lot of potential applications. So we're helping Cal Poly University graduate program with their printed electronics program. And so
cool.
We're going to be hosting on Monday, September 8th, tomorrow, a information session on print electronics. And let me go show you guys here. And if you can you see that, Adolfo?
Let me see. No, nothing yet.
Sorry.
So there it is.
Yeah. So this is just origami, right?
It's origami?
Yeah, but I want to show you guys that here are lines, and these lines were printed by standard printing techniques.
Wow.
And this is all conductive ink. So if you look here, you can see the LED kind of flash. I don't know if you see that very well.
Yeah.
and then you can see the other one kind of flash here at the top, maybe, if I could get it to flash. Yeah, sorry.
No, that's cool, man.
Yeah.
I love that kind of stuff. This is like Maker Faire stuff. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And this is going to be part of the Maker movement. So don't throw away, and I said in our article for Nerd Stalker, don't throw away your inkjet printer yet. Because I think this is the future for the makers, and this is the future for just I think the printing industry in general. So our title was article, can printed electronics be the silver bullet for the printing industry, right? Especially with these Vista prints and PS prints are just cleaning the clocks of the local mom and pop shops. That this could potentially be a savior to them if they could figure out how to use it. But anyway, yeah, it's pretty cool stuff. You check out an article at www.nerdstalker.com on print electronics. Check it out, please. Okay, speed round.
Speed round, man. Speed round.
Okay, Run Swift.
Yeah, Run Swift. So Swift is the new iOS language that was released. Really, that's probably going to take over the web here. It's like supposed to be a competitor eventually to JavaScript or something like that. And well, I shouldn't say that really. It's Objective-C sort of replacement language. It's called Run Swift. And what's really wonderful about this, it's not the language. Swift is the language. I'm sorry. Run Swift is more the you finally get to compile and run applications via web browser. So if you go to runswiftlang.com, it's sort of like a fiddle type of thing for you web developers out there, how you know what it is. Within the browser without having to, thank you. Yeah, there you go. I can just leave it on your screen. Let me do that real quick.
Yeah, there you go.
There we go. Cool. So yeah. So what this allows you to do is actually, if you just click that compile button there, Greg.
Yeah.
If you just click that guy, boom, you'll see a number come up.
Ooh.
So what it's doing is, so let's pretend you wrote that bit of code on the left there in the web browser. It actually compiles and it computes, right? So you could theoretically test your applications in a web, nothing more than a web browser. So that means for you Apple developers out there, you don't have to download and install and set up your whole system with Xcode and get your web server running and this and that, in a database and blah, blah, blah. You can just sort of like run through this Swift type of stuff here, all within one little browser window, and hit compile and just do fun little stuff like that. So a really nifty, fun little thing for you developers, and this is just the beginning of this type of stuff for Swift. So I think we're going to see this space explode pretty quickly.
What?
Nice, very nice. Wow.
Speed round.
Speed round.
I love the origami.
Nice. Yeah, the Nerd Stalker kid wants the origami. Yeah, we're gonna have to get her on that. Anyway, we got the next is
25 billion.
Yeah, this is just interesting. Thanks to VentureBeat, John Kostler. I read a lot of his stuff, but as far as there's $25 billion, not 25 billion, but $25 billion mobile internet companies now. And if you look at this kind of like infographic that they have, I'm not going to share it with you guys. I'll just let you do it because this is the speed round. I will, I think that this is really kind of a neat area just to kind of consider is how mobile has come alive, right? And how these devices have created these mega million dollar companies. So check out his article, John Kostler, VentureBeat. Okay, let's go to the next one. Speed round. We got an Ardio?
Speed round.
Ardio, yes. So, sorry, I'm jumping from screen to screen here.
That's cool.
Ardio announces number 3.
Mm-hmm.
It goes from 2 to 3.
Yeah.
Let me get on my screen quick.
Ardio 2 to Ardio 3.
Ardio 2 to Ardio 3. So what it means is, so I don't know, Greg, if you're like a user of Ardio or Spotify or Pandora.
Yeah, Spotify.
Spotify, yeah, me too.
But I did Ardio
Pandora a lot too.
I love Pandora.
I started with and Sophia loves Pandora, and
that's good.
And Lady Gaga.
Unfortunately.
Yes.
I love this. This is good.
But yeah, so Ardio is a fantastic service. What I love about Ardio is they have like really a lot of really good independent music, and hard to find stuff is with Ardio. But anyways, what Ardio has done is they've just sort of expanded their features, just kind of updated. So if any of you Ardio users out there, yeah, sir. Let's go to the Greg screen here. Boom, there we go. So yeah, you'll see that they've done all the stuff. They've gone mobile and this and that, and they've sort of basically caught up to Spotify and kept it like a really cool. So if you like if you've got a flavor for more of like the obscure independent music as well as all the commercial stuff that's available on Spotify pretty much. Check out Rdio. It's a fantastic service. I believe they're out of Oakland, California. An awesome company to support and what they do, and they really love their music. So check it out.
So many songs.
It's just version 3 now. They went from 2 to 3. There you go. Big jump for these guys.
There's so many
Thanks,
songs.
Sir.
Speed
I
round.
appreciate it. Speed round.
Intel.
Yeah, well, we were covering at the Maker Faire ARM devices, right? And and I think in one of the articles I've mentioned that they've kicked the crap out of Intel. So, I'll give Intel some love here. So Intel has, recently, just let me pull up my article so I can actually get my notes here. A Broadwell chip ready to power the next generation of Chromebooks. Now, I know you guys are probably not excited about Chromebooks, but there are still people excited about Chromebooks. So anyway, the next processor family called Broadwell will be a follow-up to Haswell. I guess there's a lot of wells. I don't know. I'm not sure where all that's going, but usually a lot of Intel chips are based on Northwest or Oregon type of areas. So, but anyway, thanks for Kevin Toffel of GigaOM for this one. Check it out. It seems like they're going lower power to try to compete with ARM. Whether they're going to be surprised or not, but there's one comment down there at the bottom of the screen that I think you guys need to talk about. But it's this guy was saying that the price with this little board that they put on it is a little bit expensive, and not quite sure how much the OEM cost would be. But I think it's something that Intel is almost like Microsoft. They're coming out with these newer devices, but they're still at a high price point. That makes it a little bit tougher, especially against the lower cost entries from ARM. So, but something to think about. It should be out by the first half of next year. So check it out and look for the new offerings of Intel. Anyway, let's go next to Dyson.
Yeah, so Dyson has announced, hopefully you'll see it here, the new Dyson robot vacuum cleaner. So you're all familiar with the Roomba, right? And I'm sure the Dyson hates this. This is, can you see my screen? Can you see the Dyson?
Let me check.
Screen?
Let me see. Almost. Yes.
So this is called the Dyson 360i robot, the new Dyson robot vacuum cleaner here. You see what's so neat about it too is at the top there is actually a 360-degree camera. It's like a dome camera. So
I saw this thing.
Does not fly around blind like the Roomba, right? Just trying to compute its thing. It actually sees where it's going, and not only that, it has the power of Dyson in it. The Dyson Vortex type of system.
Oh yeah, which is very excellent.
Yeah. Let's see if I can scroll down this thing. Here we go. Here is the camera system that they show you there, and
totally crazy.
Yeah. So what you do is you can get on a mailing list. There's your typical the Dyson Cyclone system.
Technology.
Yeah, Cyclone technology, which is awesome. And it's got that track system, and the motor is awesome. V2 motor. You get the gist of it.
Yeah.
Pretty awesome. Nice. It's a tank as well. No, I'm just kidding.
It's a tank, yes.
It will kill you when you sleep, probably. While I clean your floors.
That's pretty cool. I can see some maker hacking this thing to go into one of the robot wars.
Yeah. So there you go. Is the Dyson Awesome Sauce 360. Nice. Get on the list. I want one of these desperately. Don't tell my wife. She's Luddite, and she likes her.
I think you guys. I'm going to see that at the Ferranda household pretty soon. So
yeah.
I'm going to see that.
Speed round.
Okay. We got Barclays. So, the tech giant Barclays. No, they're a bank actually, folks.
Yeah,
but they bring finger vein biometrics to internet banking. So thanks to Chris Higgins of Ars Technica for this. So Ars Technica, I love it. So anyway, they through the power of Hitachi finger scanner, which is about the size of a finger bowl, partnered with them to do the biometric scanner. So forget about card readers, your PIN number, phone authentication. All they need is your finger and right onto that pad. So it's probably the equivalent of fingerprinting technology, but they use somehow they have a vein pattern that's actually more unique than your fingerprint. So
wow,
you can't. You could probably figure out how to copy someone's fingerprint, but the vein structure in someone's finger, I doubt it. So,
yeah.
Unless you cut their finger off, and let's not go there.
All this biometric stuff is super cool. I mean, they're finding all different kind of ways.
Absolutely.
Pattern,
Absolutely.
whatever. Yeah, veins now, crazy.
And that's down the nerd stalker path here with a lot of the biometric stuff. We're covering a lot of that stuff. So
yeah, totally.
Anyway, yeah, check that out from Ars Technica, and appreciate the story there. So what's next?
Boom, Spectacle. Yeah, so for all you OS X users out there, what I love about this is they used to charge for this kind of thing, and this is just one of those commodity things that has become free, right? And it's a handy little app if you go multi-screen or you just want to quickly jump real estate. You're seeing a little animation hopefully on my screen right now. Go to spectacleapp.com if you're an OS X user, and this is free. You can download this app. It's called Spectacle. You can move and it effectively allows you to move and resize windows via shortcut keys if you want, just all via your keyboard. Super fast. You can do like a third, middle third, right third, upper quarter, upper half, bottom half. You get the idea.
Crazy.
You can jump around. So with your multi-screens, you can do this, and it's really cool. If you're a developer, it's very handy to have your IDE in one half of your screen, or et cetera, et cetera. You get the gist of it. Or you have a mobile view as well as like a tablet view, and while you're doing development or as a designer, et cetera, you can think of all the use cases for this. It's open source, easy to use, maintain, and free. So go to spectacleapp.com and download the sucker. It costs you nothing.
Yeah. Okay, we're out of speed. Okay, we got into the finish line on that one. So let's get to tips of the week, my friend.
That's right. That's right. So
this is awesome.
Me. Oh, it's me. You go to your tip, Greg. How about that?
Okay. Yeah. So, just want to let you guys know that there's this really cool, thing that I found on social media's little-known features. So, go check that out. Yeah, it's pretty good. I saw that Dolfo retweeted me the other day on this one, but it's from the Buffer team. So, thanks Buffer team. I use their service religiously, and Kevin Lee kind of posted this. It took a lot of work from what I could tell. So, he goes through Facebook features. If you want to go check that out, there's some really cool Facebook features. I think we all know about following, but not too many people know about following. And I think on Facebook, and that's really kind of cool. And then we have so there's a lot of features there you want to check out. And then Twitter has some interesting features that he kind of mentioned, where you could actually let's see. Let me get back to my starting point here. Sorry about that, folks. Sorry. So you could actually collect tweets on Twitter, which I didn't know. So you could actually put into a custom timeline a number of tweets that you could put into TweetDeck, and that's kind of cool. Oh. I didn't realize you could tag people in your photos on Twitter, so that's kind of a neat thing.
Oh wow, you can.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of these apps are just mimicking each other now. So
right.
So basically, all usability now is going to be kind of like generic across the board. And so anyway, check it out. There's even Google Plus features, Pinterest features, Instagram features. So they cover a whole gamut, and this guy put a lot of work into it. So I would love to give them some love at Buffer there. So for their awesome application that I use religiously. So anyway, okay, that's my tip. Let's go to yours, man.
Alright, so my tip is, let me get this over to
the YouTube going
real quick. Yeah, I'm like, we don't need that.
It's freaky.
Boom! There we go.
Oh!
So Boing and everyone else has been mentioning the Aphex Twin recorded his first release in 13 years. This is electronic music pioneer and master Aphex Twin. I'm a huge fan of him. and is working. This is the first time his voice is ever actually heard on a recording too. You can listen to a free track if you go to YouTube and look up Syro, S-Y-R-O is the first release, and Aphex Twin, and you'll be able to listen to a really awesome track. It's super good.
Yeah.
As you can see, can you see? Hopefully,
I can see.
on my screen here.
Dirt Soccer Kid can see it. Oh yeah, we
Of
see it.
course I can see.
Nice.
I'm on.
So yeah. Million fans querying for Aphex Twin Syro event. They can see into the studio.
Looks like a parade.
Craziness. There's tour dates coming. So anyways, it's an awesome free little tip. Go listen to that free track and check it out. Huge fan of Aphex Twin. So glad that he's finally done something. It's only taken 13 years. One of the best electronic
better
music
late
artists
than
in
never.
my opinion.
This thing
Absolutely.
is stuck in my
Right.
ear.
Wow, we're just wow, that was a
Gonna hurt my ear.
great show there, man. Thank you. So
man. Get out of
I'm glad you're back up and running again. We
Boom.
missed you.
And we're back.
Yeah!
Yeah. Right, Sophia?
Yeah. We're back
Okay.
again.
Well, anyway, I'll go ahead and do the closing. So you can suggest some stories for us on nerdsoccer.com. Please contact us, and we'll give you the contact information in a little bit. Like us on or follow us, and share your iTunes audio and video, rate us. And then go ahead and check out our YouTube channel, Nerd Soccer TV. That's one word. And
Thumbs up.
and give us a thumbs up. We have a lot of good content. We're putting a lot of Japanese content, though we're not putting it on our website. But we are putting some J-pop stuff, which people just are starting to love now.
Awesome.
And so, anyway, you can contact me, Greg Valoria, at socialgreg@nerdsoccer.com, and you can contact me on Twitter at socialgreg, as you can see right
Down
here.
there. That's right.
Really?
Yeah.
Adolfo.
Okay, how do we get a hold of you, Adolfo?
You can get a hold of me, Adolfo,
Greg,
at
Adolfo.
nerdstalker.com. Feel free to email me or at nerdstalker on Twitter as well, or at aferonda. That's the first letter of my first name and my last name. At aferonda is my Twitter account too.
It's
And
my last name.
Sophia, do you like the show?
Nerd
Yeah!
Soccer Kid loves the show.
All right,
Nerd Soccer
Greg.
Kid loves the show.
It
Thumbs
looks
up.
like we're lip syncing.
That's because we are. The whole show is pre-recorded,
That's right,
and it will be
pre-recorded.
auto-tuned later.
That's
but thank
right.
everyone for watching and listening out there, and yeah, we'll see you guys next time.
Yeah, we're signing off. This is Greg Valoria, a.k.a. Social Greg on Twitter for the Nerd Soccer Media Network, where we believe in tech, startups, design, and you. Thanks for joining us, everyone.
All right,
Have a
thanks,
great
everyone.
weekend there. Bye.
So-
Bye.
Bye.